eating your ice cream with your Pepsi on Sunday, watching Lifetime movies, maybe throw in some potato chips in the mix, and you never try to do something different. I have a simple philosophy, which is courage, conviction, and commitment. The courage to do things a little bit differently, the conviction to believe that you can actually accomplish them, and then the commitment to finish what you started. So what I kind of want to do real quick is show you just a quick example of how you can identify some of the things when you're single in terms of being who you want to really be with. And some of the indicators that are very simple, because people actually don't position themselves in places of opportunity. Instead, I see tons of people doing things wrong, like big groups of women going out and eating at Atlantic Station. I never understood that. It's like this huge group of women, probably like 8 or 9. Do women realize that men are intimidated by that? Because if we choose wrong, what if we choose the one that's bitter? If we choose the one that's actually married and she's not wearing a ring, or the one that's separated, or the one that has 6 kids, or the one that, is crazy, because you all got that crazy girlfriend. But what if we choose wrong? So the idea is that I want to try to help people choose the right way. So I need a quick volunteer, because I don't have much time. Come on, hurry up. No rings on the finger, no rings on the finger. See, she's single. Y'all ain't single. I look at the wrong finger. You should have danced with me then. You supposed to see? That's what I'm talking about. Opportunities. You had an opportunity to get up here and do your thing, but what did you do? You cowered into the corner. Did you? I made an assumption. I was wrong. See, that's the problem with me. I was wrong. If you was really single and you didn't want to be single, you would have jumped up and been like, okay, so real quick. I tell people that there are 5 ways that you can tell if a person is for you or not for you. 5 questions that you have to ask. Real simple questions. What's your name?
Stacy J.
Stacy J, how are you? Okay, good. You okay? You relaxed?
I am.
Everything good? Okay, turn this way. All right, so everybody can see you. Stacy J. I need to know if Stacy J is compatible with me. So what I want to do is I want to ask Stacy J a couple of questions. Not a couple, but 5. Here are 5 questions that you can actually ask someone to see if they're compatible with you. First question, Stacy. Are you married?
No, I'm divorced. I was married for 10 years. I'm divorced for 2.
Okay. Kids?
I have 2 boys, 20 and 14.
Okay. What is your credit score?
Between 550, working on it to get 535, 600 going up.
Okay. Big question. Do you love the Lord?
Absolutely.
Do you love the Lord?
Absolutely. I do. No question about it.
Okay. Final question. This is a little bit tricky. This is really tricky. So I know you may not be able to answer this, and if you can't answer it, it's okay. I just want you to be honest about this, and this is something that's very, very okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Breathe. One time. You ready? All right. Here we go. Stacy. Red or grape Kool-Aid?
Great. Great boy. Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard that? Grape Kool-Aid. Okay. Now, Stacy, I asked you if you were married. I'm Stacy J. I'm sorry. I asked you if you were married. She said what? Married for 10. Okay. I asked her if I just said kids. She said 2 boys. How did she say it? Okay. Okay. I asked her what's her credit score. She said, she's working on it. It was between 5 and working on 6, right? Okay. I asked her, does she love the law? She said, I asked her red or grape Kool-Aid. She said grape. Now, fellas, there's some different things that some of the fellas noticed that some of the women did not notice. And what fellas noticed was her body language. Men are very, very visual. So when I asked her, was she married or divorced? Immediately her hand went on her hip. And she said, you said,
I'm divorced for 10, and I've been married for 10, and divorced for 2.
Okay. And your hand went on your hip again.
Right. What does that mean?
That means you're very stern about you being married. And you may not really welcome marriage again in your life for quite some time because you're probably not healed over it because you're having a little attitude and a funk about it.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're going to go with that.
Okay.
Next question was, kids. I asked you about your kids, and most women, when you ask them about their kids, they go all into detail. You said, I have 2 boys, 14, 20?
Right.
Okay. Are you close with your kids?
I am.
Do you love your kids?
I absolutely do.
Here's the big one. Do you want more?
Absolutely not.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I already knew that. Because she listed those ages just like that, 14 and 20, and he's 14 and he's almost out the house. That's important to a young guy like me. Okay. The next question was, what's your credit score? And you said?
550, working on it to 6.
Okay. That let me know that she's had some financial difficulties in the past, but she's working on it. She's trying to get herself together, which is okay because these economic times, ain't nothing wrong with that. I can take care of you. You all right? All right. I asked you if you love the Lord, and you said?
Absolutely.
Now, in the black church, when someone asks you, do you love the Lord? And you say,
absolutely.
I got the question if you really love the Lord. I'm just saying, not to say that you don't, but you do. But you may not, go to church as often as the most religious woman. Not to say that you're not spiritual and you don't believe in God and all that kind of stuff. That just means that you're not like this spiritually religious woman, overly religious. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Red or grape Kool-Aid? This is a very important question because it tells her sense of humor. If she has a sense of humor, she's going to laugh at that question. But she was pretty stern about it. Also, red or grape Kool-Aid tells a lot about where you grew up. Because people in the suburbs drink what?
What, grape?
You think it's red?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Where'd you grow up? Don't freeze up now. So that's why you saying red.
But that's why I say red, because I like grape. So I figured that.
Where'd your grandma grow up? Where'd your grandma live?
My grandma?
Yeah.
Well, my grandmother and them they didn't want to live in the suburbs. Like my mama lived in the hood. So
Okay.
I live with my grandma.
Okay. However, Jesus. See, if she would have answered that question. So listen, the idea is that there are questions that you can actually assign to people that are going to allow them to be able to tell on themselves. Not so much to say that, I'm revealing everything about myself and that this is who I am. But it's just enough to show you if that person is a little bit compatible with you. Not to say that she's not, just the way that she answered the questions, but also whenever you're asking someone questions, observe their body language. Because 60% of all communication is nonverbal. It has nothing to do with what's coming out of a person's mouth. In fact, 45% of everyone that ever meets you in the first 5 to 10 times is going to lie to you. 45% is going to tell a number of lies. Actually, it's actually 4 lies with meeting them within the first 5 to 10 times. Stacy, thank you so much.
No, I have something to say.
Go ahead. Oh, see, now she want to talk. I'm sorry.
No, because I wanted to say is, I believe in what you're saying, but also that's not always true, the way people answer questions. Sometimes there's a little nervousness there when you meet people and you give certain answers, but then as you get to know people a little bit, you feel comfortable, then you start to give more. I don't want to take up your time, so I'm just asking the questions direct. But me and the Lord, absolutely, I love him. My relationship with him is very tight. I am growing. I'm glad I moved here from Chicago. And yeah, that's what you probably was looking for, but I was trying to be quick. But being here and my relationship has grown tremendously. My kids, I love them. They get on my nerves like any other kids do. I don't want any more kids because yes, they're older, so you were definitely correct on that. But I do love my kids and have a very close relationship with them. My credit, I'm very honest about it. Divorce kind of messed that up, but you know, now I'm working towards it. So I'm saying that to say that sometimes when people give answers, it might not be on point, but body language is a big part of it. So.
Give her a round of applause, y'all. She was pleading her case because she wanted a man. She wanted. Let me correct some of this real quick. If I didn't know you were going to evaluate me like this, but let me clarify a couple of things. I do love the Lord, and you know, my kids. We can negotiate that just a little bit. I will adopt.